Yes, Ahmed, I don't know.
One idiot is an idiot, two idiots are two idiots, 10,000 idiots is a political party. It's Franz Kafka. Ayub, you could tell but the honorable member of Mukurweini, I believe?
Yes.
The palpable fear that are in our political class today. I can feel it here. There is a enfant terrible who is about to be born. As I argued last time here, I said that the rings of history in Kenya have met. Because everything, the narrative, or what I like to call a discourse, was always about, us and them, the other versus us in this country. That has been the politics of the day. That's why we don't have an economy, and that's why we don't have political leadership in this country. Now, the government of the day under William Ruto is probably the worst government that we've had since independence. The choices that they have made.
In what regard?
The economy is the economy is bombed out. There's people, the hunger statistics in this country have never been so high as since independence. The job creation dream that he had is kaput. The school fee structures are kaput. The food supplement programs are kaput. The healthcare programs are kaput. There's really nothing to write home about Mr. Ruto and his government. And one of the things that is really important about politics is that, the great Amilcar Cabral once said, don't claim any easy victory. Tell no lies, and don't mask any difficulties that are there. And I think that if the president came out and said that this is the problem we have in this country, this is how, what I got when I got into office, and I need to fix these things, and I want the people of this country, to help me fix it, then he would be a talisman who would be leading people. The problem is now is that he has not created a buffet in the government. There's a French fancy word called table d'hôte. There's a buffet, there's a la carte, and there's table d'hôte. So, the budget, the money in this country now is a fixed price. We know the corruption that is in this country has reached the stratosphere, not the atmosphere. The stratosphere is past the atmosphere. Exclusion has become the main thing of the day. And now we have the return of the Kamatusa, the Somali, Turkana, Kalenjin, the pastoralists where we come from, to stand up against the Mount Kenya who are in government, and when they could not eat, left. There's no tribal division between Yuda. It was the process of eating that was compromised. And when that was compromised, everybody left. The deputy president, remember, I criticized him a lot on on another station, that he began his term as a tribal chieftain. And he would say, this is our shareholding company. And today, it's at the height, the hypocrisy of that man is just so astonishing that he has now said that President Ruto is the one who told him to say that. I mean, even I would hide that from the public. For him to say the president gives him letters to write in campaigns is a joke. So you can tell that our leaders, Ayub, and I'm speaking on behalf of this country, have just failed us. It's a fact from our place up there north in Mandera all the way to the plains of Nandi Hills. Kenya's leadership is really wanting. Lastly, I want to argue that what we want in this country is an election, so that the will of the people can be determined again. Mr. Odinga, who has always claimed that he's a nationalist in this country, the last 25 to nearly 40 years, is now the carer of the Luo nation. He is no longer a national figure. I wonder why he's going to the African Union to go and look to lead Africa. While you could tell at the Pinch festival for the Luos over there in Kisumu, that where he spoke in his vernacular, you could tell that Mr. Odinga is off the rails, and his ODM party that was created by some of the best minds in this country has gone off the rails. And where we are heading today is that Golgotha. There's something in the Bible that's called Golgotha. I think it's in James. It's the very pit of hell. that this country, and particularly it's going to happen around Molo and in the Rift Valley, and I really believe that this country has to stand up, the citizens of this country have to stand up, the security forces have to reject the instructions that are being given every day to cause bedlam in this country.
That's wrong. You shouldn't allow it in a live TV. You cannot talk about Molo. You cannot talk about Molo.
Can I just finish and then you can respond?
That is wrong. That is
can I respond? Let me finish and then you say. So I think that these things are... Can I just finish? I want to finish and then you can respond.
That is wrong.
So what I think is that these things have been predictable. They have happened.
He knows nothing about historical. You shouldn't speak that.
You know, there's historical problems that have happened in this country. There was 2008 and 2007. That started with the rhetoric of the Mungiki. That started with the rhetoric of the bad boys of Nairobi. What we're saying is that we want an end to this vicious tribal language. And if the people of Kenya feel I'm wrong, they should call the show and say, Ahmed, you're wrong, and I'll take off my microphone and walk out. But as a governance analyst and as a person who's been involved in politics way before these gentlemen were, is that I see the clouds of conflict in this country, and we have to take control of the tribal language in this country, and it must be put to an end.
Yes, Honorable Coach, what are your concerns about what he prophesied?
You know, if you allow him to particularly speak about Molo and areas that have been extremely volatile, areas that we are peaceful. When there are issues, ideological issues that we differ with other communities, it should not be an issue of fights. That scare that he put on the people on a live TV, that he is scared that, Molo is about to erupt, it
isn't what he said.
Is a very dangerous statement.
I mean, Honorable Coach,
play back what I said.
Yes, Ahmed, it's his time, so respect his time.
Yeah.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission and the security agencies often map out areas that they perceive are hotspots in the elections.
Yes.
That's not,
they are not hotspots.
To incite.
How did you know they are hotspots?
That's what the institutions of government say.
They are not hotspots. It's just a creation.
That's what NCIC say. Yeah. That's what security agencies say.
No. That's what I'm telling you now. I come from that region. They are not hotspots. We live with the Kikuyu. We live with the Kisis. We live with all the communities, and we have no problem whatsoever. And no one should speak about that.
You're missing the point. The point
I'm not missing the point. I'm very clear in my mind. I know. I'm not a fool. I know where that was going.
The point is, Honorable Coach, I mean, we're having a rather intellectual discourse here on the Jasango Honorable Kagushia. The point is then, security agencies often lay out.
Have they mapped it as a hotspot? Have they mapped it now? Have they mapped it now?
The point is then that, the point is the language of the political class in this country concerning, including those who support the government.
It shouldn't be. What is concerning? Tell me one statement that you want me to say is concerning.
Okay. Can I then ask you this?
Yes.
Let me ask him the statement. Do you support the killing of 5,000 Gen Zs as proposed by Farah Maalim?
I don't support. I don't. That is outrageous. I don't support, not even 5,000 Gen Zs. I don't support killing of any human being. It's as simple as that. You know, we have a constitution in this country, are you? We have, and the constitution and the letter of the constitution, every one of us is a subject to that constitution. So we do everything under the constitution. So killing of people, who approves that? That is wrong.
And these are members of the political establishment you subscribe to. Do you tell them that?
I don't. He doesn't. By the way, for information, Farah Maalim is a Wiper member of parliament.
No, he's not. He was expelled.
He's a member.
So I don't know.
He's a member of the House. You share. You're all national leaders, aren't you?
But I'm saying individuals do make statements that sometimes border on incitement.
Yeah.
And they must be condemned.
Including the president.
And I do condemn that. What did the president say?
Well, in 2017, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya called the people of Law Nation militia.
Well, I don't remember that.
On international TV.
I don't remember that.
He said that.
I don't remember that.
Well, he said that.
And I think, Ayub, what you are doing is, let's focus on a debate that makes a lot of sense, so that we don't lose track.
Yes.
We were speaking about Farah Maalim, and I said, the killing of any human being is wrong. And that statement was wrong. If he actually referred to the Gen Zs that should be killed, that was wrong. And I've also said here on this show that the only demonstration that was done by the young people of this country was one. The other one was executed by politicians, including the former deputy president. And the DPP has approved charges.
That's worse than what I said.
Has approved. He has approved charges.
And
you have no evidence.
There is evidence. He has
the double standard.
No.
You're accusing me of incitement and you're doing
because the DPP last week approved charges of 3 members of parliament and 1 other person. So we will then be told what exactly happened. But in my view, the way it happened The people who came were not young people, because I was there with Kagusha, and he knows that plan and who executed it, and very soon is going to unravel to the people of this country who exactly engineered the violence that happened.